Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be showing my tutorial for chapter 1. So I'm just going to make this tutorial once I got the sub-hour run. Now we have the sub-hour run, so I'm going to show the tutorial. So first thing I want to go over is emulators. Personally, I use BizHug. I think it's the best emulator. It works very well for me. But any emulator is allowed. You can use mobile emulator, you can use GBA, VBA. They all work very well. Console works very well. Every console that plays the game is allowed. So if you are playing an emulator, these are the buttons you want to make sure you have mapped out. I will full screen this right now. You can map those buttons right there. You can pause if you'd like to, but those are the buttons you need to map, and those are the features. So let's get right into learning this run. I recommend starting on a fresh file. You don't have to, but will save if you start on a fresh file. It will save you from accidentally going to the next level. So that may lose you a few seconds if you end up doing that. So that is why I recommend starting on a fresh file. But you do not have to. So timing starts when you start on pressing A on 1-1. So that is when time would start right there. So basically, first thing I'm going to teach you is robots. So you'll notice sometimes when you robots, look at that, I'm getting a pretty small jump. So I just pressed A. I let go of A once I jumped on the robot. Now I kept holding A on the robot. You see, very tall jump. I actually make that jump up to the clam. So there's going to be some robots you're going to see that yours is going to be a small jump. You just want to press A there, but you're going to see big jumps on a lot of robots. Those are going to be what you're going to want to do on those robots. So that's pretty straightforward. Next thing I want to go over is fast gliding. So fast gliding may take you a little bit to learn, but it is pretty simple. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to press A, and then you're going to want to go left or right, and then once you have a little bit of speed, you're going to let go of left or right, and you'll notice you'll see a fast glide, like that. So you're definitely just going to want to practice it right here for a little bit. So you're going to want to press A, left and right, let go of left and right, press A again, and then you have a fast glide. So you can see right here you have my inputs. You see left, right. I'm pressing left, right, up, down, A. So if you want to slow the video down, look at the inputs. Maybe that'll help you. Absolutely, that will work very well for you. So now I'm going to go over the first area stuff. So first thing strat we're going to go over is Wurts bubble strats. These are pretty straightforward. So you're just going to do a fast glide here, and then once you jump, you're going to do a regular jump on this robot, and then once you collect the spatula, you're going to do that bubble, and you're going to bubble this guy, and you're going to hold A there. So just get this first area down. Keep practice it like 3 or 4 times until you have it down, and that's a good way. You just learn screen by screen, and eventually you'll get pretty fast. So that's just the best way to explain that area right there. And then from here, you're just going to do a big jump right here, and then you're actually going to do a fast glide right here, jump fast glide. And that way you're actually able to make that cycle right there, so you can get that second spatula. And then from here, you can just fast glide. You can fast glide to the clam I just jumped on. This clam right here, you can't fast glide, but you don't have to. They're about the same anyways, so yeah. Then from here, you could just make sure you do a full jump there. So then right here, I recommend, there's many ways you could do this. I recommend doing a full jump and then a fast glide to get over it. If you're not really comfortable fast glide, you can just do a little jump right here. That doesn't lose too much. That always works. And then from here, you're gonna want to make sure you do a little jump. And then once you hit the ceiling of that, you're gonna want to make sure once you hit the ceiling of that, you're gonna do a bubble right there. That is one strat you're able to do. You can do a bubble right there. That works pretty well. If you're not comfortable with a bubble, you can come like around this red plant. You can do an up bubble right there, and then you can make it. Just wait for the robot, because sometimes mid-air jumps are a little tricky. You can just do that, and then you're going to want to try to not glide here. If you don't glide, if you do end up gliding, it's not the end of the world. But yeah. From here, you actually want to do a little bit of fast glide up here. So get up here, fast glide off that clam. And then that's all 1-1. So that is pretty straightforward. Nothing too big right now. If you don't have the fast glide down just yet, it is fine. But I do recommend learning fast glide. That'll help a lot. Especially in 1-3 when we get there. It saves like 30 seconds in this run, so I highly recommend learning fast glide. So next here, so we're gonna do the ladder right here. The best way to recommend it, I recommend both holding up and jumping. I see that as like the best way to climb ladders. This one's pretty straightforward. So here, and make sure when you see this jump with the coil, you're gonna make sure you hold A for that jump. Don't let go of A, just keep holding it, and then you'll see that you'll make this jump. You don't have to jump again. And then try to avoid hitting that wall right there. And then when you do this jump right here, make sure you keep holding A, so you don't have to click A again, so then you can skip doing another jump right there. So the fastest way to do this level, so once you're about, Mystery's nose is about the tree, maybe a little further away. Once he's near the tree, you can jump off the robot, do that right there. That's the fastest way to do it. If you want a slightly slower way, that's safer, you can do that. You can jump off the tree, that works pretty well. Or if you want to do a double jump, so you just press A, then B, then A again. That is something, I'm not going to go over that just now because it's not a huge time save. That's more of a backup strat, but that is the second fastest way to do it. That only loses 0.1. From here, you're just going to do a regular jump. Pretty straightforward, a regular jump again. And then you're going to eat this coral. And then once you do this, so you don't have to do this, you can't, if you want to, you can just keep going with Mystery. But if you're feeling pretty good of a fast glide, this is about a half-second time save. You can jump off Mystery with R, and then you can do a fast glide and get back on Mystery. So that saves about half a second. But if you don't do that, that's fine. And then, so this is something that a lot of people want to do here. So like a lot of people, when they get up to this area, they want to jump off a Mystery like this, but that's actually really slow because you see there's time it takes to get back on Mystery. So what you're going to want to do is you just want to make sure you're holding A when you do that jump, and that's the fastest way to do that right there. And then what I do here is I jump off this robot and do a fast glide so I can skip the vine. Another thing you can do is this robot's not going to be here during your run, so don't worry about it. You can do a jump like that. That's also pretty fast. You just want to make sure you don't hold on to this vine because it's tricky to react to, and it does lose you time to jump off the vine. So I wouldn't recommend jumping on the vine. So I recommend learning that skip. It's pretty straightforward. So that's cool. 1-2 is done. So 1-3. Once you're learning 1-3, you should have fast glide down by now. So there's a fast glide you can do right here. And there's going to be a big cycle you're going to do here. It's a little tricky, but you need to get it down. So you're just going to do full jumps, all full jumps throughout this level. And then once you get here, you're going to fast glide down here. Do a full jump off the umbrella. And then you're going to jump all the way to this little platform right here. And you did like a 2-second cycle skip, so that's really cool. And do a fast glide there. Just do a little jump. Yeah, just a lot of fast glide movement there. Make sure you're getting it down. Very important to learn fast glides. You can make all those blind jumps. I know you're going to be a little scared. And now here is a very advanced strategy. So you're just going to walk up here, and then you don't have to learn this. This is only a 3-second time save, so if you want to, you can just wait for this platform. But the alternative strat, which is very tough, is basically wrong save state right there. So basically, once you see this little bolt on the dock right here, like little wood plank, you can like stand on it, blow a bubble, go to the edge of the platform, and then 2 fast glides, and you can make that extremely hard jump. And then do a full jump and glide off of the platform and do another fast glide. And then you can take whatever you want. I personally do a fast glide off that platform. That seems to be pretty fast, but it doesn't really matter too much. Then yeah, this one. Yeah, I don't think you have to. Yeah, so that's I think you do. But yeah. It's okay if you don't have the fast glides down too much, but yeah, there's a lot of fast gliding you have to do here, so just make sure you have the fast glide down because 1-3, very important fast glide level. And from here, if you don't have fast glide down, you can actually just do a regular jump like that. But fast glide also works really well. So if you don't have fast glide down yet, you can do that. I recommend doing that strat. That is a blind jump, but it is pretty easy to get down. Blind jumps, I know they can be pretty scary in the game, and they are full of blind jumps, but I think they are very worth learning because they save you a lot of time in the long run. So from here, you can either duck or you can jump over it. I personally jump over it, but it does not lose time. And then this is probably the biggest fast glide in the run because then you'd have to wait for that wooden platform. So that's like a 10-second time save. That's the biggest fast glide time save. So then, boom, you have 1-3 done. A lot of complicated stuff, lots of fast glides. Might take you a bit to learn, but fast gliding, just keep practicing it and practicing it. It really isn't too tough to get down, but it might take you a little bit, but it's good. So 1-4 is our next level. So basically, I'm going to go over double jumping right now. So this one, there's only one in 1-4, and it only saves half a second, but I do think you should go over it. So if you're not doing the double jump here, you can just jump on this tree. This only loses half a second. Or you can come up to like this tall green plant, do a jump, and then once Mystery's at the peak of the jump, you click A again. So you do A, then B, then A again. This is a 5-frame window to click A again. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It's not the toughest thing to learn, but it might take you a minute to get down. Saves a little more time in 1-5 than it does here, but I do think it is worth learning. If you don't want to do that in your first run, it's completely fine. So this here, we have a lot of blind jumps, so you cannot make this blind jump. That's the only one you cannot make, but you can make this blind jump. You have to make sure you hold A for the spatula here. You can make this blind jump, so you can make all but one blind jump this level. Then from here, once you see this like purple plant, you can jump, glide, and then sort of like, so jump, glide, bite, and then you'll get like a damage boost. Won't be 100% consistent for you at first, but you'll get it down pretty quickly. And then in this loading zone, when you're in this loading zone, you want to hold A. So you want to hold A in this loading zone. So you did it right if Mystery is not jumping when you get in here. So you see Mystery just jumped. I did that a little too late, so you don't want Mystery to jump. And then you're going to want to hold A on this guy. So then he'll give you a full jump up there, and you can grab the spatula. Then here, we got our next big strat. So this saves about 3 seconds, so I'll explain both doing it without it and doing it with it. So basically, you come up to this green plant, jump, fast glide, and then it's a monstrosity, so you just do a bunch of fast glide movement here. It's a more advanced strategy, so come up here, fast glide, and your goal is to get under the robot. You see, you'll definitely miss it a few times. This is one of the tougher strats, but this one saves 3 seconds. Very, very rewarding strategy. It was also a very tough strategy. So if you're just gonna do this, you can still go for this damage boost. It saves a little bit of time, but I'll explain this without it. So basically, if you're doing a jump, you're gonna want to walk a little bit off of that guy. So I'll explain this again. So that's basically how you do it. So once you do this, you do a small jump out, you do a small jump, glide, small glide. And then once you jump out of this guy, you do glide, walk a little bit, and then your glide. Now if you walk right away, you won't have enough time. You'll just fall through the platform. So you want to make sure you jump, walk, and then do your glide. And that'll save you a lot of deaths in this level, if you remember that. So from here, you're just going to want to grab the spatula for the full jump. And then as soon as you start coming down, you're going to want to chomp down. See, he has a huge window you can grab this robot with, so you're going to want to do that. And then you're going to want to make sure after you get past this guy and you're about this plant right here, you're about to do this tall green plant, you're going to spit him out, and you're going to do a full jump off of him. So I'll explain that again. So do this, full jump, and then here, full jump. That was not great, so you're going to want to make sure you go under this guy. So sometimes, I'll show this out. So sometimes when you have a really favorable cycle for you, you can do something like that. You can get a little bit of a platform boost, but that is super inconsistent. You might get a slight one from time to time when you go under it, but going under is really fast because if you don't go under, you'll hit your head on this platform like you'll see right here. So I actually didn't have a very great spit out right here, so like that. So you see, that's what a platform boost will usually look like, but yeah, you'll hit your head right here on this platform. You'll lose like it's a little time. So I always recommend going under right here. It's pretty fast. Now from here, you can either jump out like that, do a little fast glide, or you can keep riding with mystery and click R right here. Jump, just have mystery. You'll be on mystery, and then you can just jump. You don't even have to do a regular jump. You can just jump off with mystery. That's pretty fast. So that is 1-4 done with. So 1-4, just gotta get that damage boost down. Pretty tough strat, but you don't have to learn it at first. But I would definitely recommend giving it a try. So 1-5, probably our toughest level. So I recommend starting off with a fast glide here onto this clam, do another fast glide. If you don't have a fast glide, it's fine. You can just do regular glides. And then fast glide here. So there are two strats you can do here. So you can either A, do a double jump, you break A, then B, then A again. Or you can do the damage boost right here, like this. That is pretty fast. Or if you don't want to take damage, you want to be cautious about your health. This is probably, I only recommend doing this if you're like absolute bottom of the barrel beginner. Just grab like this robot right here. That's also pretty fast. So three very fast ways to grab it, but the double jump is the fastest method. Just do A, then B, then A again. Like when mystery's at the peak of the jump, click A again. That saves a decent amount of time. And then from here, sometimes, so I'm going to show a video of this. So basically, let me pull this up. I probably should have had this pulled up already, but basically around the 5-minute mark right here, it is a little earlier. So basically, this is what you're going to want to aim for when you're doing a spat dupe. So sometimes you'll see this. So you'll see right there that the spatula count just increased from 0 to 2, and that saves quite a bit of time. So basically, if you get the spat dupe, you won't always get it, but see, I didn't get it right there. It's a very inconsistent strat. This is a 1 frame. What you're going for is by the time you're gonna click, so you're just going to grab it like that. See, I got it right there. So basically, it's very tough to explain, but basically for 1 frame, you're just not having an input. So basically, when you're going from, you're sort of gonna see this. I'll pull up the Game Boy controls right here. So basically, there's gonna be the time where you're not clicking any buttons, and from when you're moving from left to right, there's a time where you're not clicking any buttons, and that was your spat dupe period right there, where you would get spat dupe. So it's very tough to time, very inconsistent. So if you end up getting spat dupe, we'll explain what to do, but this is not at all a necessary strat. It's very inconsistent, but it is not risky at all because you are going to be grabbing that spat no matter what, so you're not losing time if you don't have it already in your runs. So basically from here, you're gonna do, so I'm continuing this assuming it gets spat dupe. So basically, you want to spit this robot out. This might be tough to remember. You spit this robot out, spit him out right by this red plant, and then you glide over here, and then you'll see that robot destroys the wall right there. So if you get spat dupe, you're gonna skip this spatula, but if you do grab it, this is why the manipulation is important, because if you do not do the manipulation, I'll show you what it's like when you don't do the manipulation. So that's so if you might be worried, you might be wondering why I jumped from left all the way to the underwear. You'll wonder why. So this is what happens when you don't. You see, I barely missed that platform, but if you manipulate it through screen scrolling, like jumping over to the left and right, you'll see I can make the jump. So doing this manipulation right here, very important, and that will save you some time. Yeah. So if you're doing spat dupe, you don't need to grab that spatula. If you get a spat dupe, you don't need to grab that, but it is very important to learn that because not all your runs are going to have spat dupe. So then from here, you're just going to do a full jump, and you're going to make sure you hold A and R. That's how you maximize your height. So if you just hold A and R, you see I got a little bit of height, but you saw when I hold both, you see I almost did it. So that's why it's very important, and I hold neither. Look at how little that is. So hold A and R. You're not going to be able to skip the ladder, but you got pretty close. So the fastest thing to do here, double jump, do like that. A lot of movements to do at once here. So that's a very fast way to do this area. There's 3 very fast ways to do this room. You can jump off, do a full jump, and a full R button press. Then you can spit out this guy and glide right here. Or you can do this. This is also pretty fast, but I wouldn't recommend doing that, because then you would have to wait for this guy. If you're comfortable with double jump, you could do that, but I mean, I would recommend just doing the double jump up there, but that is pretty tricky. So this is also a very good option. So make sure you do a full jump here, glide, then jump. So then from here, you're just gonna do a glide. Then you're gonna grab this blaster. There's actually a double jump you can do here. So you can grab this blaster, and you can spit it out right there. You can do a jump there. Or what you can do is you can just do a double jump. Pretty simple. So if you miss Spat Dupe, what you're gonna actually never mind. So yeah, so you're gonna do double jump right here for this spatula. That's how you get the 3rd spatula. You do a double jump. Or if you're not comfortable with double jump, you can just grab it like this. That is also a good option, but learning double jump isn't too tough. I would highly recommend learning it. So then once you do that, you can just do a jump and then A and R. You don't have to even hold there. However, if you aren't comfortable with double jump, you're going to come back off a mystery, and then you're going to do hold A and R, and that's pretty simple. So that saves, so Spat Dupe saves about 2 seconds in total there. Very minimal time save. And double jump saves about 5, so I would highly recommend learning double jump for this level, because it is very important. Then from here, you're going to do another one of the ARs, and that's to maximize your height, and that's how you get, that is how you finish this level. So if you get Spat Dupe, you skip the 2nd spatula, and that saves you 2 seconds. So you see I have 4 out of 3. You're not usually going to have 4 out of 3. You're going to finish with 3 out of 3. But that is basically how you do it. So now we got the last level. This level can be pretty tricky. So basically, from here, you're gonna jump on these 4 robots right here. You're gonna see a sequence of 4 robots. This is a lot to take in. So that is how you do it. You have to hold A on all 4 of these robots. You gotta hold A. You can't just press A. You have to hold A. And this might take you a while to get down, but it is very worth it. This saves about this route you're gonna see me do. It saves about 10 seconds over the old route. It is very tough, but I really recommend learning this route. It is very rewarding to do. So yeah. Also, a thing to note is that you're going to see this timer at the top of the screen. So if you ever fail at any point in the run, retry is going to be your friend. So you can see like retry, it just puts me there, and it actually gets rid of the damage I've taken, the lives I was going to lose. But it also gets rid of your spatula count, so you do have to grab that. But the problem is if you use retry in this level, it is not going to help you, because you are still going to lose your water right here. You can refill right here if you want. But so I'll go over this again. So basically you're going to do a sequence of 4 jumps right here. Sequence of 4 full jumps right here. And then once you get down, you're just going to do glide. Fast gliding isn't too important here, and if you want to, you can actually refill here. You can refill up to like 60. You don't need it, but if you're new, I would recommend it because it is going to be a little tight. Then from here, there's going to be a bit of a cycle you need to do. So just glide over these robots right here. And then do a full jump and a full fast glide. And sometimes, and you saw I didn't make it right there. But basically the goal is just to make it onto this robot in time. I'm going to show you what it looks like successfully right here. So this, you're going to definitely fail with this a lot, but very worth learning right there. You see that this is what it looks like successfully, and you're going to wait here for a second so this robot goes down, and then it's a lot to take in. I recommend watching like the IL record. I might put that in the description. I'll probably put all the IL records in the description. And then you see, So if you're in the Treedome and you're low on health, what you can do is actually click retry, and this will actually get rid of the health bar up there. So if you actually go outside, this won't work. You'll eventually die, but if you're in the Treedome and you click retry, you'll actually never die. But your goal is to finish it without taking any damage, or without having to refill at all, or use the retry button. So from here, you can either just do R right like that, or you can do a fast glide. And fast glide over, or you can jump on that guy, then do full jumps, fast glide, and then you do keep holding A and up on the ladders, and that's pretty straightforward. So I'm actually going to do this full level in whole again. I'm not going to commentate. I'm just going to show you what it should look like in whole, because it is quite a lot to take in. This is just what it is supposed to look like. And see, I finished that with plenty of time, 5 seconds left, so a little tight. There's really not much room for error, but learning this is going to be very important, and I really hope you can get that down. So that is a tough level, but I think if you just remember everything, like when to hold A, when not to hold A, it's going to be very important. So it'll be very important in your run. This will probably be a run killer for you at first, but you'll definitely get used to it. So that's in here. This is very important. So make sure you have start mapped on whatever it is. So start. And start is how you skip the cutscene here. So then when you see Sandy sort of jump past the tree, you sort of jump and then glide. So jump and glide right there, like that. So it might be a little tough for you at first, but that's basically what you do. And then from here, once you see Sandy jump, you can either fast glide. Now, if you're not comfortable with fast glide, you can ride Sandy for a little bit. And this strat, I tend to find this strat a bit more inconsistent. You can ride Sandy like that. So either will work, but this is just how you quickly deal with the first 2 hits of Sandy. And you're just going to stay in the air. Make sure you avoid Sandy's glove. I recommend doing full jumps, but you don't need a full jump. Just keep gliding, avoiding her glove, and it's pretty straightforward. So just learning the first 2 hits is really all you need to do, and then once the fade out happens and you see this cutscene, that's the end of Chapter 1. So that is how you beat Chapter 1 fast. I think this is probably, these are all the strats you need to get sub 8. It'll be a near perfect run. That's like a near perfect run is a sub 8. Not too much leeway for a sub 8, but I think a goal for everyone should be to get 2nd place. 2nd place, beat the current 2nd place time. Let me look at this right now. Current 2nd place time, pretty outdated. There's a lot of old strats, but if you can beat that with the new strats, I think you can do a great job. You can get like a sub 820 time. That should be a time all people should aim for, and I'd like to thank you all so much for watching the tutorial. I really hope my commentary was helpful. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck.